In our Healthy Living segment this morning, director and personal trainer Eric Stratman from Fat Dad Health is getting us more on the range of motion while using some of those weights. Hey, Eric, good morning.
All right, and good morning, and so happy to be back. And we are here at Crunch Fitness Cape Coral again because they have so much for everybody here. No matter if you're the seasoned vet or you're brand new, whether it's a class or a machine or specific weights, they have everything. So we really thank Crunch Fitness for having us in for the segment. And we want to dive into range of motion overloading. But before we do that, I want to ask, why do ants never get sick? Because they have antibodies. I know, punny, and I'm sure you guys are laughing it up and you're going to tell all your friends. But anyway, back to our subject today, range of motion overloading. Now, when you look at prioritizing the range of motion of any joint when you're moving and you're doing resistance training, you're going to see the best results short-term and long-term. Because too often we see that movements are limited just to do a little bit more weight or do more reps, but in the long run and the short run, it's not benefiting the results you're looking for and ultimately creating the healthiest version of yourself. So as you do movements, think about, are you getting the full range that that joint or those muscles are supposed to have? And if you're not, let's work on getting more range, because that's something we want to emphasize right out of the gate, is that we don't want anybody to get hurt just going to do full range of everything, because it could hurt. It's like doing an hour-and-a-half yoga class and you never stretched out before. We don't want you to do that. It's just paying attention to your range of motion and building it up over time and making it a priority. So let's give you a couple of examples. So getting into it, the classic push-up, right? What do we normally see? That we're gonna do that little like head bob and just bend the elbow because we don't want to hit our face on the ground, and we definitely don't want you to do that. But think about getting your chest to the ground or your chest to wherever your hands are. So how do we change that? I want you to use a box, a chair, a table, or maybe even a wall to increase that full range of motion, to be able to touch your chest where your hands are in contact with that apparatus. And this is going to allow that full range of motion of your chest, shoulders, and triceps that are being worked in this movement. Another classic movement is squatting, right? You do it every single day now, and you're going to do it the rest of your life, whether you like it or not. So let's look at your range and make sure that you're able to support healthy knees, healthy hips and ankles for the rest of your life through the range of motion you're doing in exercise. And if you are limited, I want you to think about, put a box, put a chair behind you and start to increase that range of motion. It'll help your balance and you don't have to have that fear of falling back. And then if you can, move to a lower target, and here you see we're using a ball, and this is going to help you to achieve the depth that you want to ultimately get and help those, again, joints and muscles move the way they're supposed to. Even when you're training core movements, you want to think about, are you getting full range? Because even though we know crunches are good, that's a limited range. You know, are you able to reach behind you and expand that rib cage and extend that abdominal wall while you reach up and touch your feet? Again, if you're unable to do it, maybe you're just touching your knees at first, then your shins, then off to your feet. Also, I like you to leverage apparatuses in the gym for balance, because if we look at a lunge, this is an important movement to be able to do and do correctly. And thinking about being able to touch the knee to the ground when you do a lunge, if you're not doing that, it might be because you have limited strength or limited range of motion. So maybe just grab onto an upright or use a tension strap or a band to balance and mitigate some of that loading, some of your body weight, and you're going to see much better results with that. So just focus on range of motion, not just how many reps you're doing or how heavy it is or how hard the exercise seems, and you're going to see much better results, and you're going to create the healthiest version of yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you make it a great day.